Yeah, the wife is out now at a doctor's appointment, so I'm able to do things without interference. Oh, pretty well. Um, Pretty well. Just dealing with the late night feedings and yeah. I mean, pretty much just already used to it by now. It's like, oh, it's just responsibility. Are you able to see my screen? Okay. So this is before any of the checkpoints have started. Well, it doesn't clearly tell you like it does in Elden Ring on here. But I mean, it does. 5.7. I'm pretty sure that's fast. but I don't even use. But I don't even roll in this fight, so it doesn't really. I mean, I could probably wear fat. You know, I could probably be overburdened, might be able to do it. I don't know. That might be a good challenge actually. Be overburdened and see if I can get through this fight. That's true. So people, people are usually coming in here at this point wearing a bunch of Havel armor. They're probably not going to be able to do a whole lot. Yeah, I thought about that a couple times. I'm like, I don't know if I would enjoy that. Right. Ooh, I wasn't paying attention. What's that? What are you doing over there? Yeah, she has the newborn. I have the older one. It's for lactation. Yeah, I mean she's not doing the breastfeeding part, but she's just pumping. That's it. She's kind of obsessed with getting breast milk right now. She's got several bags of frozen milk at her grandparents and her father's house. Like she's gonna run out. Oh wow. Did she end up using it all? Huh. You don't want to sell the milk. Right. which one. Um, what I mean, what the ones that get me, or oh, I mean, any of them can, you know, if I'm not paying attention. Like that's probably one of the most forgettable things about this fight, or where the slices strike, because there's no indication. You just got to remember that, you know, in certain spots, certain sections, you got either two or three, especially in phase three, of where they're hitting. Like the first one, of course, hits in front of me to the right, and then it occurs behind me, right up against the wall. I was right. Well, he's got the rare attack, but that really does nothing. The tracking on that's horrible. I was glad I was able to get footage of it for the video. I mean, I've captured it several times, but I've also deleted it. Oh, here it is. Check it out. Oh, it got me. Ah. Yeah, that was the rare one. How much did that take off? A good bit. Yeah, that's a pretty safe spot. Pretty much anything behind the trees is safe. Now, that what I did right. The oh, you mean the fall the floor? Yeah, the floor collapses at the same spots every time. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. What do you got in your mouth? Get that out of here. All right. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. The floors collapse in the same spot every time. Everything. Most of the stuff in here is consistent, except for the chaos, rain, and the firestorm. Those are the most random parts. Oh, there it goes again. Yeah, that's the rare one. It's not as rare as people. Oh, it happened again twice. It's not as rare as people say it is. I mean, I think it's because people just don't spend a whole lot of time in here. But yeah, I mean the damage is pretty great from the bed of chaos in general. I mean, if you're not falling to your death, you're either getting one shotted. But I mean, I have this character has about, you know, almost 900 health points, and I'm not getting one shotted. So I mean, you need at least maybe 700 points on at least on regular game to not get one shot. Is that 16? Mm-hmm. Right. Yes, it's definitely harsh, but as long as you pay attention to where the hand is at, you'll be fine and just stay behind the trees. I mean, these trees are organic checkpoints right here. They're safe spots, as you can see. I got a little slice right here that occurs. Actually, I was going to mention a moment ago, from that tree where I was at earlier, that run over to this spot is actually one of the most dangerous things, because that slice can occur and mess you up. So sometimes I may have to go a little bit more to the right, but it seems like in most cases I'm fine. But that little slice right here. Right. Well, you don't have to worry about over. I mean, all you gotta do is just time the arm sweeps. You notice what the arm is doing, right? It sweeps by, and then what? It slams down. The moment when it's doing the slam down animation is the time where you need to run. So right here, but you got to run all the way. And then you can run all the way to the glowing root, and you'll miss the slam right here. No, this is the second one. We got the first one a moment ago because the floor starts collapsing after the first root. Yeah. What, this right here? No, no. The only AOE is the firestorm. Well, there's also the entrance as well. Oh, I forgot where it was. Oh, here's firestorm. Oh, that one shot me. Ooh. Mm-hmm. But you see, it happened because I was also what I'm claiming in the video is that I'm not. If you don't go fast enough, the firestorm will appear, and that seems to be pretty consistent from what I've seen across the board. Matthew Manny's video, another dude I saw, and I did it twice in a row, and the firestorm didn't appear. So it's pretty safe to say that the faster you go, the more likely the firestorm will not occur. It's just really scary when you get to the last stretch, when you get up to the slug, because if it occurs in there, there's a good chance you're probably gonna get killed by it. Yeah, yeah. I think they should have at least put maybe some side slots or something. I, I was hoping to find some kind of firestorm, you know, dispersing, like, you know, spread out consistency, like where depending on where you're standing, which there kind of is. If you're standing next to a tree, it's more than likely to spread out. But if you're in an open area, you're more than likely to get hit by something. It's strange, and it happens so fast that you can't really rightfully run out of the way in time. So I'm just going to do it again. Mm. Well, you can see that I can pretty much I pretty much memorize where all the floor collapses. Yeah, you definitely want to be edging it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just you know, pay attention to its animation when it does. See, it slamming its hand down is like is the biggest thing you want to pay attention to. When it sweeps and then slams its head down. Oh, whoops! I got caught. This is actually what's fascinating about this part is that unlike the other side, he actually did it this time. But most of the time, he will continue to right after he slams his hand up there at the glowing root, he'll actually continue to swipe his hand instead of doing another slam down. It also has something to do with timing. If you like wait maybe a little bit longer, he'll probably slam it down. I think it's because I was maybe generally I'm a little faster. He'll you know he'll do a sweep right after. And see right here, I don't have to worry about a slice moving forward. The only thing I have to worry about is his hand hitting me into that pit right there, which is what happens to a lot of people. phasing through. Yeah, yeah. See, I mean, it is a bit weird. I feel like the hitbox is the worst back there. If you're like trying to come around to the right and moving to the left, it seems like its hitbox is extended. But right here, strangely, if as long as you're just behind the tree, you're fine. It's almost like it's just a just imagine you're in a shell of a safe zone. I think even if I'm right up against a tree, I'm fine. Let me test that out. You gotta also watch out for that slice because which one? Yeah, yeah. There's a lot to look at. You'll notice that there's another slice behind me. That when you're standing in this section, there's two slices that occur, and this is the one that gets people when they're trying to jump around, which is also something I'm sure irritates people. This is actually a good spot where you could actually conclude the fight because you can wrap around to that tile. I'll show you that here in a moment. But I'm only stopping because I'm trying to think and talk at the same time. I'm usually going through this like in 2 minutes. If you don't want to jump around, I definitely, like I said in the video, I feel like it's made for you to not jump around because I feel like there's more conflict if you jump. Mm-hmm. Right. Well, I mean, you don't have to do it this way. I mean, this is the way I consider it perfect. You can use other strategies as well, but like people use fire bombs. I consider using the fire bombs as a legit strategy because you have to, perfect that aim. Yeah, yeah. You can get right in the middle, right there of everything, as long as you time it right and not get caught by the hands. You can just throw fire bombs and destroy the roots that way, and then you'll drop right onto the main path, and it's done. As long as you just practice at that aiming, because it gets. I think you got to use the bow. No, no, you got to use the bow to aim. Correct. I don't really consider that an exploit. I mean, it's just another method. It's not very well known. It's what speedrunners use. Oh shoot. But yeah, I think like I said, whenever the firestorm appears near the tree, it seems like a gap is more common to appear. See, you notice that the firestorm actually happened to me twice. I was able to get out of it, thankfully, because I mean it was just by the grace of God. There is another slice I want to show you that's actually pretty cool. Oh, we got the third one. Oh, and it got me, but I didn't die from that one. So you remember when I said that the slices change in phase three? They become there's actually more that occurs. They're actually a bit more aggressive also. But as you can see, they appear in the same spot. I mean, of course, obviously, as you go along, they change, but they're sectioned off. You kind of have to imagine invisible sections. When you enter an area, that's where these attacks occur. And also, there's a throttle zone. It's almost like you're standing in between zones where it switches from slices being on one side to the other. All right. There's a slice that actually will slice its way through the path, which is pretty cool. Right here. See it? If you if you mess around, fool around too much in that one little narrow path, that slice will tag you. But there's only two. Oh, 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 oh! It's punishing me for standing around too long. Yeah. All right. Let me see if I can make my way back. Man, it's crazy how much the firestorm takes up. It, and then they had to make a big one for the fire giant, but I'd rather deal with the one at the fire giant than the one here. Now this is a weird slice. They put a slice all the way back here. I mean, I'm sure someone got tagged by it at some point, but it's just such a oh heck, man. He's using this more frequently now. That could be possible. Oh, now I know he slices right here. Maybe that's the first phase. Maybe that's the second phase. Maybe it goes away on the third phase. Yeah, pretty much the tree is only safe from the hands. Is really what I should have clarified that. Yeah, the slices will still get you behind. Boop. Ah. Yeah, that's a hard jump to get. I mean, I'm pretty happy with what I have. I'm just just exploring around just for the heck of it because I'm not the running method is just too good for me to use anything jumping wise in this fight. You did notice the little clip from Castlevania I put in the video, right? Oh, you didn't know it was very short. I was intending to make it a little bit more obvious that I put it in there, but I forgot to put it in there, and in order to put it back, I would have to mess up a lot of the formatting, so I had to layer it on top of everything else. Was there another thing you wanted to see? Oh, I don't know if you remember, but if you die in the third phase, when you slide down this right here, the firestorm will actually appear and follow with you. And I'm pretty sure that's intended, which is a it's an interesting thing to put into the fight. It's almost like they wanted you to, to perish from it at phase three. I don't know. It's just one of the. I forgot to mention it in the video somewhere. As like kind of a question. I'm like, well, why in the world would they want to do that? I don't know if I come up with if I come up with more questions, I might just do a follow up video. See if I can. It was more of finding punish windows, which I eventually found with her drawbacks and idling. But the idling only works before waterfowl dance. I was fine with waterfowl dance. Um, for the most part, I was just I had to mentally prepare myself for preparing for it all the time. Right, which kind of ruins the fight for me, where I'm having to always worry about it. Because even in the second phase, I'm like, is she going to do it now? Is she going to do it now? And so I feel like I can punish her a lot in the second phase. I didn't really get a huge chance to analyze her second phase a ton because I wasn't planning on killing her on the footage I got. I was expecting a lot longer on the second phase, but I do plan on going back eventually and finding more. I know there's not that much more punish opportunities because I noticed that a lot of other people as well make that phase a lot longer than phase one. Phase one has a lot more opportunities to punish because phase two has a lot more follow ups. I need to get back on my route to Moog. Um, I'm just trying to figure out what attack preference I want. I mean, I can show the route just to get the Moog, but when it comes to defeating Moog, I kind of had to figure out what kind of attack power I want by the time I get there. Oh, there's actually many reasons. I just don't find it very. I don't find it worth it, and um, I just don't play online anyway. And the free games are just. Oh, you mean? Yeah, you're talking about that dude in the Atlas Plateau. You're talking about just bypassing that section. Well, see, my mind's going towards what can I do offline, not because one day Elden Ring's going to be taken offline. Maybe 20 years from now, it'll be completely offline. So we need to be able to get through the game and get to Moog without having to worry about going online. So that's basically yeah. And this kind of dilemma. Yeah, and I thought about that too. I'm like, I wonder how useful that even is. Where does I don't even know where that portal is on that side of Moog. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Right. God, these freaking branches. That's another thing I really hate about this fight is these branches don't clear. Mm-hmm. All right, watch out for this tile right here. See a little sharp tile right here, and it even elongates. I mean, it's just on that root. Yeah. like a plank. And what you just heard right there was actually the entrance AOE. That when the screen shakes. Oh shoot! Oh 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 oh! I see. I wasn't even fast enough. I mean, obviously, I kind of just hung around. I think the timer for the firestorm actually starts right when you enter the fog gate. Huh? Oh, remember, I'm scum saving right here, which creates a save state. I'll be right back. All right, little tiny baby. Little tiny baby. No little tiny babies up here. Still with me? No, he's been here. Oh no, not yet. He's almost 2. Yeah. He just kind of walks around and messes around with stuff that's not his toys. Sometimes he'll want to sit on my lap and pretend he's playing. Are you able to see me doing the... Huh? Are you still screen sharing with me? Okay, so it does cancel out when I go to the settings. But yeah, safe's coming. Just puts me right back in front of the fog gate like nothing ever happened. But do you want to play by play and see if you can remember how to do it whenever you jump on? Yeah. Definitely go for the no rolling part because, like I said, jumping around it just really screws you up too much. Uh oh. however you want to do it. I mean, either look at my video or we can screen share again. Ah, man, freaking roots. I'm probably gonna. Oh, yeah, but wasted too much time. My wife isn't too happy that I had egg sandwiches or what egg burritos this morning. No, she was just she called me up. She's like, "Hey, do you want to have lunch?" I'm like, "I had 3 egg burritos." so, so I'm good. She's like, "Oh, well, I thought you wanted to go out and do something." I'm like, I still want to go out and do something. I just don't want to go out to eat. So from the sounds of it, the Mikola egg, whenever you interact with it on the DLC, it just people have been saying it just transports you. I mean, do they go into more specifics about what the cutscene shows, or you just touch it and then bam, you're there? Uh huh. That was my Yeah, that was my phone. Ooh. Hold on. Oh heck. Yes, ma'am.